Terminus spawning over here at the 9 o'clock position as our yellow Protoss. We have the one, the only. We have a video here? Yeah,
I don't know, we might have the green.
No!
A little bit of a pointer finger, and there we go with the epic zoom out from his hands. Really like the Korean style there, just seeing that bit.
Ready.
I am ready. Yes, he is very ready. Well, hopefully more ready than the last game. We shall see, though.
Well, he's not saying what he's ready for, but maybe he will be ready for.
MVP, Dream.
Maybe he's ready for MVP Dream.
But MVP Dream's play is definitely not very sleep-inducing. It's very dream-like.
Yeah, it's quite a dream to play as Dream. We shall see, though, how this works out. So yeah, Dream is spawning off here at the 6 o'clock position as our Cyan Terran. So there we go, once again doing that wall-off supply depot style, completely blocking any chance of getting into that main. We'll see, though, if that will really affect it. Maybe Reddy will anticipate the same style here from Dream.
Yeah, we do have the scouting going down for the Terran player. This is a 4-player map, so you really want to see exactly where your opponent is, so you can get a load off your shoulders of knowing where your opponent is, so you know where to set up your defenses. You know, all right, well, if he's going to be expanding, he's going to be expanding here most likely. It just makes you a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, it's also quite a gigantic map too. I believe there are 16 possible expansion points as well, so it can hopefully lead to a really cool game here, and a lot of possibility too for some epic drops, just given the way the sides are set up. I can really just flow into there with those medevacs. But we'll see, though, if it will be quite a similar play from Dream or not.
And once again, we see that there are no refineries going up here for MVP Dream, so he is most likely going for the same exact opening as last game. It proved to be very, very strong for him, so if he can get that up again without getting any super early pressure on him from I Am Ready, then this will be very, very good for him.
There we are with the Corona boost right now, getting that first Stalker out on the map ASAP. We shall see, though, if Dream will be able to get an SCV in there before the Stalker just gets Corona right out.
And that probe was a little bit possessive of that Zelnaga tower. He was being told to leave, but he really didn't want to. This SCV is going into the base. He's going to be able to scout exactly what's going on. Nothing out of the ordinary quite yet. There's no robotics facility down. There's no further gateways. So knows that nothing's coming yet, but doesn't know exactly what could be coming.
Yep, so looking pretty similar. We see Dream throwing down 2 more barracks, so we will have 3 in total here. Basic map, that's awesome. And yeah, Bunker 2 out the bottom of the ramp. Here we see a Stalker moving out slowly.
And again, we have 2 barracks going down the exact same timing as last game. The Bunker going down. It seems like MVP Dream is really, really comfortable with this build. He does have a few Protoss players in the MVP house that are quite strong that he can be practicing with. MVP is actually a team that didn't exist for a little while, but is proving to be very, very strong. If you didn't check out the GSTL from last week against Slayers, it was a rematch from the finals from last season. It was a very exciting game.
Yep, so already very similar to the previous game there. Bit of that Stalker moving in, doing a little bit of damage to the Marines. The Marines falling back to the bunker. But yeah, it looks like both players will just fall back. Nothing you can really do right now with these unit compositions or numbers.
And the Protoss player, knowing that there's not a whole lot of that the Terran can do, pushes forward that Stalker just to get a little scouting. Don't get it damaged any further than the shields, but just do a little bit of peck to those Marines and keep them a little weaker. The SCV does go in. He does scout that there was the pylon going down. I don't know if he saw the Nexus. He did not see the Nexus going down, but when you see a pylon at this stage in the game, you're going to assume that he's going to try to expand, especially since the I Am Ready does know that MVP Dream most likely expanded, so he's going to need to get an expansion of his own to counteract that.
Yeah, I Am Ready right now with absolutely no vision of what's going on in the main base for Dream, but he should be pretty aware of what's going on just from the unit composition he's encountered so far with that one Stalker.
And we do have some Marines coming across here on the field. They are going to chase the Stalker down. The Stalker going to get a few hits on those Marines before running away. The speed of the Stalkers is quite incredible, where the Marines do need to use stims to catch up to it.
Also looks like Reddy has a nice number of sentries here backed up for him. Now we'll see how effective this will be. He might be able to completely encapsulate these Marines here if he so desires to. And there's 2 more Stalkers and a Zealot as well. So we'll see how much damage he can get done. A lot of potential energy here from the Protoss player.
Dream being very aggressive here. He is able to take down 2 sentries before they can throw down force fields. That's going to be huge in this fight. 2 force fields going down on top of each other. Not going to zone out anything. Really not the position that you want to put them in. Stalker goes down. The other sentry is hurt and has to back off. 3rd sentry is about to go down.
2 more Stalkers are warped in, but pretty much all those Marines were taken out there. But yeah, 2 sentries taken out, though, by our Terran player Dream here.
That was a very aggressive play by Dream. It seemed like he was going to do a lot of damage, but he really didn't have enough Marines to be attacking at that stage in the game. Last game, we saw him push out with that small force, but he was intelligently pulled back, and I think he was on a bit better of a footing than he is in this game.
Proxy pylon being thrown down here by Reddy near the mouth of the second base of Dream. Dream has no idea this is over here, but yeah, more Stalkers being warped in here, and a nice force getting ready to go.
He does have no idea that Proxy Pylon is there, but he is expecting a counterattack, so he is throwing down these 4 bunkers. While those rocks are still up on the right side of the screen that you can see here, I Am Ready is going to be forced to funnel into this choke. He is going to try to fight the battle, but no, he does see 4 bunkers. He can't fight that quite yet. He does need to back off.
Yeah, decides that's not a good idea at all. Not enough sentries to deal with that. Just throw down force fields to just allow the repair, I suppose. But anyway, he's yet again moving on in. We'll see if he does decide to commit completely to this. No, we'll fall back and continue working on the structural rocks.
He is just kind of putting the fear on MVP Dream, so he is forced to drop down these extra bunkers, not focus on his tech quite as much, while I Am Ready is just keeping the zoning in and throwing down a Twilight Council. That's going to allow him to get the upgrades that he does need to be able to get the fighting later on. While there's no drop capability out there quite yet for MVP Dream, he does know he is relatively safe in this situation.
Yeah, really just standing in this defensive posture at the moment, and really a lot of bunkers here we're seeing. Yeah, just tons of these guys. Yeah, also, we have Stim Pack about to complete here too. And also Combat Shield. Yeah,
the Starport is finally done for MVP Dream, so he will be able to get out those medevacs, maybe do some sort of drop to force this contain a little bit back so he can try to get a third.
Yeah, good old switcheroo there with a reactor back in his main, but anyway, yeah, bit of another push and pull going on in the front end. Actually using a Stalker to that too.
I Am Ready donating a few units here. I'm not exactly sure if this is the best thing he could be doing right now, but again, he is just trying to get that tech going up right now. The Templar Archives is finished. He's starting to research Storm. Once he gets that up, he is going to be able to fight against this Bio Army quite easily.
Yeah, but there's Dream with that one factory moving slowly into the second base of I Am Ready. I Am Ready with many yeah, gateways as well.
The factory scouting just to know exactly what's going on to confirm that that Nexus is down. He didn't see it before. He assumed that it's going to be down just based on the current timing of the game and whatever else. But you always want to have that confirmation. Someone could start building something and then cancel it just to confuse you and go for some sort of all-in. However, the factory is going to get chased out by these Stalkers.
If it was spotted, I wonder if that pylon did see those medevacs moving on north as well. But yeah, looks like the pylon will be taken out here by Dream. And that factory will live here. Oh, I see medevacs are coming down south now.
Because those medevacs got scouted and MVP Dream knew that they got scouted, he kind of diverted their path and brought them a different direction. We do have a bunch of High Templars waiting to feed back these medevacs if they do come within range, but they need to be sure they're in the right spot. The expansion from the Protoss player on the left is a little bit vulnerable, so we're going to see if Dream is going to be able to do anything with these drops that are coming in on the left side of the map.
I kind of wonder, do you think if he knew about those High Templar being there, he would actually drop these units and then have them attack each other to like lower the energy of the medevac?
That is a trick that a lot of people have talked about, even from the beta, but it's something that takes a lot of focus to be able to do perfectly. And there's just so many other things that you really need to be focusing on in the game at the time.
Yeah, that is true.
People haven't quite figured it out yet.
Yeah, maybe you want to use that extra bit of effort to focus on getting another drop going. Looks like we're going to have another double-pronged medevac drop. And oh, it looks like it already does spot him with that one idle probe there. Just placed right there by the Zelnaga Watchtower.
Yeah, this game is just showing how vital having vision of the map really is. He had that pylon there by the Terran base, so he saw the medevacs going out originally, and then he was able to send a lot of scouting units out all over the map to know exactly where those medevacs are going to come from. It does look like they're going to try to do attack the main. He did throw down a scan to know what's going on. He does know that there's a force there, so he's not going to go for the drop quite yet, but we do have a little engagement going on right here.
Yeah, force field is thrown down, only getting one of those Marauders in the process, but both players will fall back here. Neither player really wants to have that engagement and go on. And even seeing a robotics facility being thrown up by Reddy as well.
And they are both going for third bases right now. I don't believe either of them. Oh, yes. I Am Ready does know the third base of Dream is down, so he did throw down his Nexus. It is a little bit later, but not late enough that he can't recover from it quite easily. We do have Blink coming out for the Stalkers. When he gets that in, he can be a lot more aggressive on this map, and it's great to be able to blink over cliffs, run in, do some damage, blink back out, and get away to your main army.
Also, Ghost Academy coming up too, so it'll be quite similar to the previous game. We'll see how those EMPs work out for him once Dream does decide to really commit here.
And the main force from MVP Dream is moving across the map, just trying to get control of those Xel'Naga towers. Force I Am Ready to be back into his base like he was last game. I Am Ready proved that he's not the best at doing damage around the map. He's more of a ball force player. So MVP Dream really wants to corner him in that position like he was in last game.
Yeah, so far, lots of small micro battles going on near Xel'Naga watchtowers. Both players really want to just keep their opponent from just getting control there and knowing exactly how they're deciding to push out. These Xel'Naga watchtowers do cover the entirety of the ground force here on this map. Or all the ground pathing, rather. Anyway, we are seeing Mobius reactor being worked on right now, so we will get cloaking. We will, get cloaking for those ghosts.
And we do have 5 ghosts being trained right now. Once those come into play, he's going to be able to counteract this ball of the Protoss army quite easily. Protoss really needs to spread his units, otherwise a single EMP can really do a ton of damage, and that can really change the tide of the game, especially if you hit a lot of those Templars and Sentries.
Yeah, my mistake, by the way. Personal cloaking does not give you, Mobius reactor does not give you personal cloaking. Looks way too similar, man. Anyway, engagement going on here in the middle.
Terran army was forced to stim. It's going to take out a little bit of the energy from those medevacs, but nothing serious since there are so many on the field.
Yeah, look at the upgrades though. Protoss armor is at +1 at the moment too. Oh, sorry, go.
In order to fight a bio army as the Protoss, you really need to get either Colossi or a ton of Templars. The thing is that when you get a Templar, or when you choose Templars over Colossi, the Terran player is able to just massively produce these medevacs. And with so many medevacs, you really can stim indefinitely because you have so much repair energy. So we do have that drop coming in. It was not scouted. He's going to be able to run in here, hopefully take out... he's going to take out the cannon first and then take out these warping in units. A little force is coming from the Protoss, so he's going to force this back without doing any significant damage. Looks like MVP Dream is going to try to leave a few of them, but no, they do get out, and that was a very successful drop by him.
Yeah, the army was quite out of position, so it did take him a long amount of time to go and react to there.
Once again, he's using his main army to force I Am Ready to stay within the 3 bases and not go beyond that. The Terran player still has not expanded any further.
Looks like he's planning to though here, and there's that command center now moving on up. To that fourth expansion location, also 1 to 3 clock location too. Either way though, we do see I Am Ready now mobilized with the ground force. One Marauder though was at the Xel'Naga watchtower and did spot it, so he will decide to fall back.
Yeah, this fourth base choice by MVP Dream is very good if he knows he has a strong army. The issue is it does bring their forces a lot closer, so the reinforcements from I Am Ready can get into the fight a lot faster. So it's a kind of an all or nothing situation where he's throwing down that planetary fortress. He knows if I defend this, I'm in a really strong position this game. If I can't, then, well, it's unfortunate.
Yep, also looks like we have a Dark Shrine right now in the main for I Am Ready. So with that, we'll be seeing Dark Templar, and I'm really curious to see how that'll work out with him. He does have that one somewhat proxy pylon there at the right center, I guess, of the map. So might be able to sneak a couple of DTs into there. But there are some missile turrets placed in some good locations too, so might not be the best idea. Not even sure if he's even... Yep, he didn't even... He has no idea about it. Anyway, here we go with a bit of an attack.
The engagement does start. Very nice storms there. Also a nice EMP. Both armies not really wanting to engage. They both throw down their abilities, but then back off. They aren't quite ready yet. The Protoss is trying to get out a few Colossi here before starting the engagement. The Terran player just wants to defend by this planetary fortress. There's no need for him to start this fight. It's really in the Protoss player's court right now to decide when to fight this battle.
Yeah, at this moment, look at the units killed counter. We have 58 right now for I Am Ready, and Dream with only 33.
Both players almost maxed. I Am Ready knows that he needs to kind of balance out this economic game going on right now, so he does try to put down a fourth. It's going to be very difficult for him to defend this, but these Dark Templars are going across the map, so he is going to distract the Terran player a little bit. This Dark Templar running past a bunch of SCVs and a bunch of bio units, even though they can scout it.
Back in the middle of the map, though, we are seeing some scans go down, too. Stalkers are at +2 to defense, to armor, rather, excuse me. Looking at the upgrades for the Marauders, though, we have +2 to infantry as well, +1 to armor. But it looks like DTs are doing some heavy damage, though, here.
These DT distractions are very good. The fight is now starting. There's Blink Stalkers going in. There's Spins, there's Storms. There's a very nice EMP on all of the Templar. That's really crucial for this battle. One Storm does go off, but all the Templars die. One turning into an Archon. Another Storm going down.
Colossus not looking that good right now. Should be able to take it out in the next few seconds. Will he get out of there in time? No, the Colossus does fall, but the Bio Army of Dream is very low health here.
Very nice scan there by the Terran player. He is able to scout those DTs before they can do any damage. There's a bit of a warp-in going on, but there's a very large Terran army with a lot of medevacs being able to reinforce very quickly.
yeah, the army counts are falling quite fast right now for Protoss, 72 to 157.
Meanwhile, during that fight, though, there was a lot of economic damage from those DTs, so it might be able to, or if I Am Ready can defend this fight right now, he can actually come back into this game with an economic lead.
Yeah, 32 worker units were killed off there, but Dream doing heavy damage though in this Protoss base, taking out the second base Nexus, now moving down into the third base too. Looks like he's going after the pylons at this moment, and there's some DTs in the composition doing some heavy damage. EMP goes off too. Does that reveal him? Yeah, it looks like a few were revealed in the process, but there are still 3 Dark Templar here, having added in this bio army.
He does throw down a scan, not exactly in a position that's going to be able to help him too much, but this army is moving down. He is going to be able to take down this third quite quickly. He's going to, that's going to put I Am Ready on a single base. The fourth was also taken down during this engagement. I Am Ready is really, really not looking ready for this fight right now.
Yes, heavy damage being dealt right now. The nerf scan goes down, and he does wipe out all the Dark Templar. Here comes a single Archon. Will this be? No, it will not be anything. Archon just gets obliterated immediately. So much for Miracles Ready. This this player Dream must be feeling quite nice. Really tried to get a Dream joke in there, but it didn't work out. But anyway, here we go.
It's pretty much the scariest army of bio that you could actually have. It's a 3-2 upgrades, tons of medevacs, tons of Marauders, Marines, and Ghosts. Really not a whole lot that Protoss player can do unless he has a ton of Colossi and a ton of Dark Templars, or a ton of High Templars, which are not alive at the moment.
Dream moving in with a pocket full of Nightmare, just cleaning house here. I Am Ready, not looking too good at all. Looking at the RV supply, it's 133 to 4. So yeah, any second now we should expect the GG. EMP going down on his own forces as well here, just for fun, and yeah.
Yeah, MVP Dream showing very, very scary Terran versus Protoss. It's going to be interesting to see how he does in the rest of the Code A tournament this season.
Yeah, really excited to see this guy. He hasn't done too much in GSL, but yeah, good stuff here, and there it is, the GG.
There is MVP Dream. Does have the first win of Code A.
Yep, MVP Dream, first time here in Code A, such a fresh player, but already coming out of the gates, full steam ahead here. Doing quite fancy.
Looks quite relieved, but he also looked like he was in control of both of those games almost the entire time, so probably not too nerve-wracking for him. It was a little bit more nerve-wracking for I Am Ready. There he is right now. Yes, I'm packing up his stuff.
All racked up, and yeah, this little yellow thing.
So that last game was a little interesting. I Am Ready and MVP Dream both did about the same strategy that they did the first game. It's interesting that I Am Ready went for that heavy gateway play. It allowed him to defend his base quite nicely, but it didn't give him the ability to push out onto the map, whereas a Colossi mixed into your army might have allowed him to do that. You did see him transition into the Colossi later in the game, but he really just didn't have the production to be able to get enough Colossi to be able to fight against that Bio Ball.
Yeah, we did see those Dark Templars come in too. It did do some great damage, but really though, that army was just way too massive there. Yeah, for the Terran player as he moved in and just started to wreak havoc. Also, like the amount of control that was had too with those unlocked watchtowers were really great. But in the end though, did end up seeing our Terran player really just push out there.
Yeah, MVP Dream really knew how to control the map exactly when he needed to, knew how to retreat when he needed to. Second game, he had a little bit of a mistake in the beginning where he sent that Marine Force in. He did lose that Marine Force without taking down too much. It did take down the sentries, which was kind of key, because when you take down those early sentries, it forces the Protoss to invest a lot of gas in rebuilding those sentries. Otherwise, there's no force field capability, and then you can really get in a sticky situation without being able to push away half the Terran army. But overall, very, very nice play from MVP Dream.
Yeah, good point there. Just having those Marines out there in the front. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, sometimes like the players' names just come at me like Ready Dream. It seems way too what's the term?
Dreamlike.
Dreamlike, I suppose. Yeah, Dream himself hypnotizing me into a bit of a dream state. But yeah, I Am Ready Dream. Those are both English words that we use in our vocabulary quite well. So
and I Am Ready used to be I Am Nuts. There was a lot of name changing in the Korean community, as we were talking about before. But for anyone that's just tuning in, I Am Nuts turned into I Am Ready and showed that he is not ready, unfortunately, for Code A. Hopefully he can go back. He has an entire month before he can prepare for the next Code A. And hopefully get back in there.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll change his name again. So he's not ready. He's not nuts.
I am almost ready.
And he is not ready. So maybe maybe he'll try to be ready again next season. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, oh well, we did see Dream really just pull himself out there.
Yep.
Did a good job for himself, and yeah, once again, just really excited to see how he does in the upcoming days too.
Yeah, and helping to support this MVP team, it's a team that I was saying before is relatively new, but it's got a lot of up-and-coming players that are doing extremely well. They did very well last season in Code A and are also doing very well in both GSTL last season and so far this season. If you haven't checked them out, check out the VODs of GSTL from last Thursday and Friday. Very, very nice matches going on.
Yep. And if you're just joining us, I'm the Gun Run with our with Torch. Sorry.
And we will be taking a 5-minute break here, guys.
Yep.
Stay tight, and we will have the next match coming up shortly.
Take it easy, guys.